see you here. What am I doing? Well, I just came to watch a movie so that I can make money. You may be thinking it's usually the other way around, right? Believe me, it's true. The world's first film that sold as one of one NFT, He Who Lives in the Hidden Lakes, streaming on Amazon Prime. Its NFT entitles you to 50% of the film's streaming revenue. Let's learn more about it from producer Anthony Gibson and director Lona, people who made the unthinkable possible.
And we are going to today tell people that this revolutionary NFT technology is not just about buying art, not just about buying collectibles, but it has a much more real world use cases. Would you mind telling us something about the film He Who Lives in Hidden Lakes and what buying its NFT means?
Yeah, of course. So He Who Lives in Hidden Lakes is a monster mystery mockumentary film about an internet mystic, a cult leader, and a rogue cop that all come together over the storied Hidden Man. And this film itself is really about a community coming together over a shared concept. So the idea of like making a myth together is something that we found is a connection in the NFT community itself. And we thought that maybe it could be a cool idea to pair the two, because we've been seeing people sharing all these cool NFT JPEGs and the communities that are being built around them. And we figured this is actually kind of what the film is doing itself. So we thought it'd be a cool marriage between the two.
I mean, it's awesome to know that first the idea of the movie came in picture, and then when you got to know about crypto and NFT, you liked making the roads cross with each other and make something unique together out of it, which is lovely. So what do you think a person who holds the NFT of this film is entitled to?
The value proposition of the He Who Lives in Hidden Lakes NFT is you get that film as fine art. There's a really gorgeous physical edition included with it that the owner is able to receive. And then also the big kicker, the big utility of owning the NFT is that you earn 50% of the film's streaming revenue. So everything our production company gets from Amazon Prime, Tubi, Vimeo, all of that comes to us, and then it's split evenly with whoever owns the NFT at the time.
Lovely. That's an amazing utility you've provided to NFT, which means like if a person is owning this NFT, probably even years later, even if he's sleeping, he's awake, he's able to make money if the movie is being streamed anywhere in the world, actually, right?
Exactly.
I wonder, how did you get this idea of adopting NFT to this film? Where it started, how it started, and how the process began?
Well, it started really early on, I think, with that whole wordplay association of like crypto, cryptid, and just being like, well, what if we screened the film and accepted cryptocurrency payments? And then as the film was produced and it was wrapping up in post-production, we were sort of coming to the time when I think NFTs were hitting a bit more of a mainstream conversation. It's still probably not completely mainstream, because there are definitely some hurdles in explaining it to people. But we were just thinking about, hey, like we have this like little indie film. What if we took a chance and did something different and just thought of a new way, for us at least, that we hadn't seen before, to get this film distributed and created an incentive model on top of it that could bring people in a way that we hadn't really seen done before.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So, I mean, sharing 50% of the revenue, I mean, it's a big deal. It's certainly a very big deal. So when you came up with such an idea, how was it perceived in the traditional film industry?
There is a very specific reason that we have implemented that utility, and it has to do with trading on the secondary market. So someone owns the film right now. It's an anonymous collector, and they could then sell that film on the secondary market, like you would with any other NFT. Let's say it's a streamer on YouTube with millions of subscribers wants to acquire the NFT. they could do that, make an offer to the current owner, and then acquire it, and then say, hey, my millions of subscribers, please go watch this film because it's great. It's a piece of art that I own, and also I make 50% of the revenue on that. So it's almost sort of like a marketing tool. It's kind of a powder keg that's built into the tokenomics there that could have potentially unlimited upside. So for a small indie film like ours, that's a risk we were looking to take on, to say, okay, we'll give 50% of our revenue in exchange for this possibility of being exposed to large and new audiences that we might not have had access to beforehand. And also we collect a revenue on the secondary sales, a small royalty.
This was a little intriguing for me, and I'm sure it would be intriguing for the audience as well. When you say that 50% of the revenue is going to be shared, is this through like a contract in real world, or is this through a smart contract, or is this through like I'm saying this based on my goodwill, and when I get that when I get the streaming revenue, I'll make sure that I'm going to do that 50% to whoever's owning it. How does it actually work? I mean, what's the process behind it? How do you ensure that the 50% of the revenue share is reaching out to the holders?
Yeah, this is a really interesting scenario. It's a good question. Thanks for asking it, because it speaks to how new we are in crypto and NFTs. So essentially, the NFT itself can't guarantee that 50% of the revenue will go to the owner. There may be a point in the future where that is able to be programmed into the smart contract itself, but that would also mean that the avenues on which the film is streaming would also have to be crypto native. It would have to be gaining its streaming revenue on chain in order to interact between contracts. So we're still, that is definitely possible in the future, and we will be able to do that once the technology gets to that point. There's a few streaming sites that are messing with being crypto native, like theta.tv is I think the big one right now. They're still very closed. It's still super early. So what we've done is we have had our lawyers draft up a contract for the current owner to sign, and we're signing it as well, which details this is what the deal is. This is how we're going to guarantee your revenue stream, and up until the point where the share can be done on chain, it's done through a pen and paper contract. So essentially how it's going to work now is we are going to give them quarterly reporting on our streaming numbers, and then we will convert their share to a stable coin like USDC or Tether, whatever they want really, and then just send that to the wallet that owns the NFT. So that's our solution for now. And as the technology progresses, we'll be able to do that accounting a lot more elegantly.
What, apart from this, do you think what other models could exist where NFT can be applied to filmmakings? Like 50% revenue sharing is one model. What do you think could be the other possible models that can be adopted?
Because all you ask them to do is consume. So what happens when there's a model that says you don't have to just consume this thing, you can also participate with it, and you can also build upon that. And I think that takes it to this bigger thing that we really are working on, which is a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization for the world of the film itself, because this isn't just like a one movie thing. Like it's almost like the film is a store of value for this bigger world that we're trying to build, and we're trying to do that on the blockchain. We actually just launched our first 10K project, which takes over 170 different attributes and makes different cryptids, different hidden ones, going off of the world of the film, to give people their own unique NFT that is a piece of the film, but is also something that they can take and run with as well. The goal with the funds of that collectible project are to, pay the artist, but also create a treasury where we have an entire fund that can be community governed, so they can decide on the art that they want to see moving forward from the universe itself. So people are joining in and pitching ideas, and the DAO itself gets to decide on what gets moved forward, how is the world itself being built upon, And so like that's kind of a use case that right now we're actually deeply interested in. Like we want to bring people closer to the experience of building out a world. It doesn't have to be vertically integrated like Marvel or Disney. It can be shared in this sort of co-op model. And so we're exploring what that could be like right now.
I think the most thrilling part of this entire idea is what goes inside a movie is no more a discussion of what happens inside four walls, but it is like opening up to a whole new geography of where the entire world can participate in what they want to consume. And I think that idea in itself is very powerful.
Loving the insights? This is just the trailer. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. More to come in the uncut version of the same interview. Until then, stay curious.